let's start. All right, it's end of E3. I don't know what they're doing, but we're going to talk about what we did today and overall. So, Bengt, favorite thing today?
Oh my God! I actually got to see The Last Guardian. That was a major.
Did you see the presentation?
Yes, I saw the
Oh,
presentation.
I missed that.
I even got my hands on a little bit. Yeah, I did a little bit. So yeah, it's just, you know, as a dog owner, the thing with The Last Guardian is just how much like the relationship is between that of a small child and a dog. The dog is more powerful, yet it has that sort of loving care for the children and for the child, and I think it mimics that in a very nice way.
You also still need to help it at times. So
yes, absolutely. You help it, and it's yeah. But what we got to see is like a third into the game, so the relationship is already established, and they've got a rapport. Of course, in the beginning, you know, Trico and the boy, they're not, you know, the. Oh.
Free cash.
Yeah. All right. I don't think it's.
Gotta love payday.
Yeah, gotta love payday.
I guess. All right, I'll do mine. So today, 2 Black Ops 3 interviews. I think went really well. Really like those guys. Can't wait to see more. Got to play the other day, of course, so that was awesome. Skylanders was actually pretty cool. And of course, I got hands-on with Destiny multiplayer. So that was awesome. I don't know, did I forget anything else? Oh, we got to try Battlefront for like 10 minutes. The Horde mode, Dora and I co-op, cool. I think that's it for today. Let's go to overall afterwards.
Top of today, Morpheus demo. I tried the heist demo, where you're sitting in the car. You tried the same one?
Not in the car. I was the one behind the desk where you.
I did that one.
The car one is the shit. You sit in a car and you're driving around, you can fiddle with everything, and it took me like 30 seconds to just be in the car instead of like I'm sitting in a chair in a conference hall. And then you get an Uzi and you're shooting at bikes and cars and reloading and trying to shoot the driver because fuck it. Absolutely amazing. And then when I took it off, I was like, oh, I forgot I was not, you know, actually fucking driving and shooting. I'm sold on VR.
One game that I did mention was Horizon Dark Zero. What's it called?
Guerrilla Games game?
Yeah. Horizon. Very cool looking game. Got to see a little bit of an extended or a different look of the presentation at the press conference. So we got to see a little bit more of sort of how the world works and so forth. I'm really impressed. Like you know, Guerrilla isn't a developer that I would necessarily see as sort of creating an RPG experience, but they got a lot of great systems in there, and just the look and feel of the world is very impressive. So that's certainly a very positive surprise for me when I sort of saw it proper, because of course I was watching the Sony press conference via stream, so I didn't get the full sort of experience. Yeah, that was very cool as well.
All right, let's do Game of Show, hands-on and hands-off. Pick one of each.
All right. What's your Game of the Show?
Oh, shit. You starting with me?
All right, it's tough this year. There was a lot of cool shit, but I'm going to pick for hands-on. Luckily, we got to try Uncharted, so I can put that in there. So I think overall, that would be my Game of Show. That was so impressive, and I can't wait to play it. Hands-off, I would go Dark Souls 3. That was an awesome presentation, got some good questions in, and yeah, that looks awesome. I can't wait to play more from software games, so yeah.
So I'll begin with hands off. For me, that's Fallout 4. I'm just so happy that it's finally coming. I know it's the game, like, there's been so many announcements, so many great things this week, but I know it's the game that I'll probably spend the most time on and that I'll love the most, just knowing where it comes from. Hands-on, man. I had a really fun time with the game behind us here, The Walking Dead, the Star VR demo. That was really cool. I think for me, and also this morning I did a very cool thing with Halo. I played some Halo Warzone, but before we got into play Halo Warzone, which is a really cool new game mode, I think it's really sort of targeted to players like me who are perhaps not that much into the competitive multiplayer, but still enjoy it. This is sort of a mixture, and it adds a really cool way they're setting it up, and a lot of different objectives, and you can do meaningful things regardless of your player skill. But before that, they put on HoloLenses, and we sort of went through like a squad briefing. Of course, you're 12 people on each side, so there's like a little bit of a dressing room, and they had like a hologram in the middle that you saw with the HoloLens, and that stuff is some powerful tech. The HoloLens, it's hard to imagine like exactly, that's not something that can be applied to playing it on Xbox One, but at the same time, the HoloLens experience, I want more of that. That is something truly cool. So yeah.
Okay. I mean, my choice. I'll start with hands off. The thing is, I didn't get to see Fallout 4 actually demoed. I saw, the press conferences that everybody has seen, so I'm not going to include that. I'm going to say same that I said yesterday, XCOM 2, just because that is one of my favorite games, and seeing the demo, it really fit with everything that I hoped the game would be. They are kind of, in the demo, they were mixing in more story into the, the actual combat. I'm not sure that's gonna be like in-game in every mission. Hope not, because I kind of get distracted by that. I like the chess aspect of it more than
flow of the battle.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I'm gonna put that at there, and then hands-on. That's also colored by the fact that I have this running around, so I don't have that much time to actually play games. But it's a split between what we played actually before.
Really has to.
Yeah, of course. But it's a split between, before the conference started, we played Rainbow Six Siege, and that is turning out great, I think. I mean, I played the alpha, and then I played Terror Hunt here, and just the tactical aspect of it, leaning in the game. I mean, if you have a tactical shooter, you have to be able to lean around cover. The shooting is good, it's spot on, and with an actual team that's being very tactical, I think it's going to be a fucking great experience. Other than that, I think Mother Russia Bleeds, that we tried at Devolver yesterday, gotta go with an indie game. Just the look and the feel of it, 4-player co-op, always a favorite with me, and just the brutality and friendly fire. It's up there. It's going to be good.
All right. And so many games we haven't mentioned.
Yeah. Shout out to Destiny, the game I'll be playing most.
That's just expansion and DLC and stuff.
Still, no doubt I'll be playing that the most. Yeah.
Well, I think this is it for us. We're going to bring you more impressions, lots of interviews. I think we'll probably hit a century, 100 interviews.
I just want to, before we stop, I want to talk a little bit about E3 in general this year. I think this has been one of the stronger shows that I've been to, and this is my 5th one in a row. The output, the next gen is really taking off, I feel, because the output of games is really hitting its stride, and you can see the developers being more comfortable with the platform, and yeah, they've had the time. Yeah, fantastic E3.
Yeah, I think other than the E3s where actual new hardware is being premiered, which is mind-blowing, always. But you're not getting the same quality of software then, usually. So for me, probably the strongest one since 2005, 2006, when the previous gen launched, and there was a lot of buzz there, and there were huge shows, just insane shows. So yeah, very good E3 and very promising for the years ahead. I still feel like, October, November is going to be great this year, but next year is going to be insane.
Absolutely insane. And also, there's always this talk of who won E3 with the platform holders, Microsoft and Sony. Looking at their press conferences, both came out extremely strong. Great output of games. I mean, I don't know. Okay, Sony won, but it's still going to be a great year, year and the next year as well, no matter what platform you're on.
Exactly. I think that's a great point to make. I think that they had a little bit different focus. Like Microsoft focused a lot on what's coming out now this year, and perhaps not the sort of the fan favorite reveals that Sony had. but you know,
Yeah,
equally.
because when you look at a lot of the Sony announcement, it's like, oh, we're making this game, and it's going to be 5 years from now.
Or it's a multi-platform thing. Yeah, there was a lot of that.
Or Uncharted.
Oh, yes. Is that coming out at some point?
Uncharted Collection this fall, and then 4 next spring.
He knows this stuff. It's time to wrap. I think we're getting attacked from behind here by something. So it's time to go. We're dropping our badges.
I'm keeping mine this year.
That's it.
I can't. Broken.